Okay, so today's topic is personal reality versus ultimate reality. And let me just drink a little bit more coffee before we get into this because it's a pretty big topic. Elon Musk is funding animal experiments with monkeys for his Neuralink. That's probably how that goes standard. I don't know that that's correct. Do you think that we need a unibrew? I don't know. We need some land and a place where we can grow coffee. No ultimate reality exists, says this person. I disagree, but you're welcome to believe whatever you want. YouTube didn't notify you of Camp Church. That's frustrating. Okay, so we're going to start with personal reality. If you have read the How Do You Take Your Coffee? I'll tell you. So I can get it into my body. I was up late. We had a puppet show last night. We went to Almighty App. Okay, so I take my coffee, I do a French press, and then I do oat milk. Lately, I've been doing oat milk, and I got an aerator. So it's this little device that spins and it puts bubbles into your coffee. And so I aerate the oat milk, and then I pour the strong brewed coffee onto the fluffy oat milk, and it's like a latte. It's like a vegan latte, but you don't have to spend $5 on it. Quakers say, pray while feet are moving. Dalai Lama says, pray whenever moving. I like praying when washing the dishes. That's good. I like to pray in bed. So I usually am not moving, but whatever you choose. Okay, we're ready. Let me share this screen with you guys. MS Paint. You guys love my MS Paint presentations. We're not going to use it right now, though. So personal reality, they're filming a documentary in the background. Okay, personal reality is the idea that your reality is reality. Whatever you believe, whatever you see, whatever you experience, that is reality. I think a lot of times we are trained in our society to say, if you see a ghost or a spirit or you see something that isn't real, then you shut that part of yourself down because you tell someone and then they say, well, that I didn't see it. And everybody says, well, I didn't see that. And so then we shut our consciousness down. We shut our brains down. And then we disregard our personal reality from having any value. But that's not healthy, and that's not healthy just for you, and it's not healthy for the world. So I talk about this all the time, but it's true, and it's important for us to understand the importance of personal reality and the value that it has. So your consciousness, your personal reality, is the idea that you have your own perception of the world. If you think you see something and then you feel like you didn't see something and you shut it out of your mind, that is an experience that you have with personal reality. If you have all of the thoughts that you have, the colors that you see, the way that you interpret the world, you are a unique vibration. You are a unique sensor. You are a unique collection of time-based stimuli that has gathered into your consciousness that has then created your own energy. And so it's partly your genetics, it's how you were raised, it's all the information that you've been internalized, how it interacts with your physical structure, and how it interacts with your consciousness. It's wildly unique. So it's actually completely insane that we even have anything that is that we can all agree on, considering this fact. But for the most part, we do agree. That's personal reality. The idea of ultimate reality is all things existing. So we talk about it in terms of individual sensors or individual perspectives. So you have an individual perspective, and that individual perspective across time has its own experience, its own unique experience. Every single perspective in the universe has a unique experience across time. So I like to think of it like I have a perspective. Every atom in my body has a perspective. Every planet has a perspective. So you can think of planet Earth as having the perspective as it goes around the sun. And you can think of the sun having that perspective as all the planets go around over time. You can take a slice of information. You can pause. If you could view the universe on a DVR, and you could pause it and rewind it and look from each perspective. So you jump into the sun today, right now, and you see where all the planets are, and you can see how you feel. You jump into my body, you see how I feel, you see how everything is going. You jump into, the wall over there, and you can see it's all a different perspective. So every single thing that exists has a different perspective across time. That is valuable. That is beautiful. As each of these perspectives go along, the idea of ultimate reality is the possibility that every single perspective can be experienced across all of time at the same time. So it's understanding it's just pure understanding. It's every bit of information collected into one reality. Ultimate reality, I used to think, would be my ideal afterlife. But after I experienced some really intense informational downloads, and you have to humble yourself, and you sometimes lose yourself, you lose your individuality in your acceptance of other realities and in your empathy with other realities. And sometimes we egotistically want to hold on to our individual sense of reality, and we don't want to empathize with other people. And that's because it's very painful sometimes, and it's kind of scary to feel like you're losing your sense of self. Ultimately, that's not how it works. When you learn more about other people, you actually become more of yourself. You become more of your true self. So ultimate reality would actually be extremely painful, and it would actually be very humbling. It would probably obliterate the sense of self that you have, at least for a time. And I think it would be quite difficult. So we're going to talk about this is what we're really talking about. That was just the introduction. How we really see the universe working. So the universe is full of individual, unique realities. You have actual dominion over your reality. So how does it work that you can actually change the world for everyone if you're living in your own reality? Yeah, you can get Unicult at Unicult Supply Co. You can buy the book. I don't know where my copy is. Fundamentals of Unicult. Here it is. If you'd like to read more about this, you can buy Fundamentals of Unicult on Unicult Supply Co. Please shop at Unicult Supply Co. Unicult Supply Co. for all your seventh dimensional needs. We have crystals. We have magic socks. It's a great book. I know, Blythe, I know. I've been so busy. I will get those stickers up sometime soon. I'm excited for them too. And Blythe, when they come out, I'll just send you some because you've been so patient. Okay, so how does it work to have you creating your reality while you're simultaneously living in a world that also creates, everybody else is creating their reality? Wouldn't that be a total shit show? Wouldn't that just be an absolute mess? Well, here's how it works. Every person is creating their own, I'm going to just draw this diagram based on how I hope it works out. Okay, so every person is creating their own reality. This is one person, they've got a reality bubble. Let's say this is me. This is my friend who's creating their reality bubble. And we have quite a lot of overlap because we occupy the same consciousness space. So you know how we say in manifestation, like if you are a certain way, then other people who aren't in alignment with your energy will just drop out of your life. So here's another person. They also, occupy similar spaces. We'll leave me out here. I'm a little weird. I occupy my own kind of creative space. And then we've got this person and the orange person. And so these are all universal creators who are creating their own universes. And it's creating their own universes. And these people are having effects on the world. So they are actually changing physical reality, they're changing social reality, they're changing energetic reality, and it's all interlapping, it's all interwoven with each other. So now we've got someone who's barely on the edge of me, of my understanding of my reality. And so I would say that this is a diagram of people who I vibe with, the people who I get along with, the people who I feel like I understand and who understand me. Everybody's got this. Everybody's got people who they feel like they understand and who don't understand them. And then we can have this person. And then you know what? We've got some other people over here who are like a group of people who I don't really understand, but they still exist. And that's okay. I'm not mad at them. I just don't understand their ideas sometimes. So how are all these people creating these realities in the same space? Well, there's two different things happening. The first is that this is physical reality. So physical reality actually encompasses us, and it actually creates this platform for us all to be interacting sort of on top of. So while I might not understand these people energetically, I might not understand these people as far as their ideas, I still can see their bodies. I still can shake their hand. I still can wave to them if I see them. So that's how we're working with physical reality. Then on top of this, the reason why I did these in rainbow colors is not just because I love rainbows, but it's because of the concept of harmony and of octaves of light. So each of us is vibrating on a particular frequency. Each of us is cultivating our own octave of light. And what that means is that just like you have on a piano, where you've got an octave of notes, and you've got all the notes in between, when each person is in harmony with their true heart, when each person is in alignment with their divinity, they become an octave. They become a pure harmonic energy. So as there are only so many harmonies you can play on a piano, in the universe, there is infinite harmony. So imagine the beautiful sound. If we're thinking of it in terms of sound, imagine the beautiful sound that is created by entire planets that are operating in a harmonic way. And it's not just sound, but it's energy. Sound is just a way for us to understand harmony. Harmony can exist energetically as well. So when we think of a friend group who really gets along, who really supports each other, who is really in harmony with one another, we can feel the beautiful vibrations that are coming off of that social endeavor. We can feel the beautiful energy that is radiating out of each person as they feel supported. And when we get an entire planet to feel that energy, to support one another, and to vibrate on the highest possible reality that they can operate on, then we create a world that is not only fun to live in, but we create a world that is optimal. And I think what we have tried to do in this planet before now is we've had this idea of physical reality as a restriction. And we've had this idea of physical reality. And then we've had social expectation, which we'll put as a black box. And then we've expected everyone to be pretty much fitting into two categories. Or we'll just say a couple of categories. We can understand the colors of gender. And we just hoped that everyone would sort of stack up on top of this. You could be like a working woman, or you could be a woman who stays at home, or you could be, a rich man, or you could be a working man, or you could be, I don't know, there aren't very many versions of different types of men you can be either. So we tried to fit into these boxes. And this isn't good because it's not our true expression and it's not harmonious. This is a prison. It might not look like a prison because it's actually got some nice colors on it. I did a good job artistically, but it's actually a prison. Some people will feel comfortable in this situation. Other people will not. We cannot box people in to societal expectations. It will restrict us from accomplishing the beautiful harmony that we deserve to accomplish. So the benefit of allowing each person to be their true self is that we get to experience all the joy that every person is capable of experiencing. And what that means is that when we support each person to be their true self, we actually allow for each person to fulfill the energy that they're meant to fulfill. We open up the door for them to create what they're meant to create. In our society, we shut people down for having different ideas. We have people say that I didn't say that men don't have personality. I said that there were too many societal restrictions on men for them to succeed. We are becoming more and more channels of universal harmony, and that is because we have more access to information. And when we have more access to information, we open up our mind and we open up our reality to understand that we can be who we really are. When we have more options than simply two options, we allow ourselves to be everyone. Golden coin. Oh my goodness. So as each person rises into their truest self, they have the opportunity to bring in the light that they are meant to bring in. For me, it's Unicult. I get to bring in Unicult. I get to change people's lives with it. Everyone who enjoys it gets to feel happy, and it gets to inspire people. For other people, maybe it's art, maybe it's music, maybe it's an invention, maybe it's energy, maybe it's, growing certain beautiful flowers in their garden. Every person has the gift that they're meant to be bringing to this planet that will uplift the planet. And only by allowing each person to be their true self will we take advantage of the most beautiful opportunities that we can on this planet for every person to step into their true heart and to do their true heart's work. So that is harmony. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about harmony. I'm talking about when every person aligns themselves with their true self and every person becomes who they're really meant to be. They act as a channel for the most divine energy to flow into their life and into the planet as a whole. So now I just want to bring your attention back to this conception. We've been talking about Earth. We've been talking about how to align ourselves with planet Earth and with our truest hearts. And now imagine if the entire universe was aligned harmonically. So when I say aligned harmonically, I mean there are no bad notes. Everyone knows what a wrong note sounds like. And a wrong note isn't wrong on its own, but it's wrong when they are in alignment with, when they are not, because they're not in alignment with their highest self. So if you are a sensitive being in the universe and you feel just like you're at a really good social gathering and everyone's happy, and then out the window you see somebody who's just pissed off and they're kicking a box and they're punching a wall and they're just like so angry, you're not really going to be able to have a great time at your party, right? That is exactly why starseeds are here on Earth. Because we saw Earth and we saw the humans having a terrible time. And we want everyone in the universe to be aligned harmonically so that we can all enjoy the party, so that we can all feel total happiness. And because we are all connected in the universe, our joy is yours. And we say that in Unicult. My joy is yours. Our joy is yours. Your joy is ours. So we try to create a more joyous world, both in our own lives and in the world, so that we can rise up into this harmonic frequency of incredible overlapping realities that will benefit you in your life because you'll be aligned. You'll be doing whatever you truly want to do that doesn't harm anybody else. And then you'll also be benefiting the world by giving the gifts that you are meant to be giving. And we're also going to be benefiting the universe because everyone will feel the joy that is radiating off of Earth when we enter into Unitopia. Join Unicult. We're probably just having a little bit of telepathy. You wrote a story about coming to Earth to have a great party. All right, Spirit of Uni, thank you so much for blessing this beautiful broadcast. We ask that you radiate through everyone's life every day this week. And another announcement is that we are changing Cam Church time to 8 a.m. Pacific time next week and for the foreseeable future. So I hope that you set your alarms and still attend Cam Church. For those of you who are not in the early morning, maybe it'll be a better time for you. I don't know. Spirit of Uni, thank you for blessing all the members of Unicult. Thank you for blessing all of the beautiful viewers of this broadcast. Bless these documentary makers for filming Unicult and for spreading the messages of joy all the way to France. We are forever grateful. Thank you all for your donations and your love. Uni bless. I will see you all next week.